I want to talk about Hinge. Hinge's best slash worst feature is the fact that you get to pick the ethnicities of the people on there. All the people I know and all the testimonies I've heard about Hinge are people that have a love hate relationship with the application because one, in terms of user experience, like it's pretty seamless. Like it looks good and everything. And the fine international people are always on there because, especially in France, it's the app where the English speakers go. So it's I have a soft spot for Hinge. And I know I usually don't talk about my dating life like ever on socials, but I feel like it's interesting at the stage I'm at right now in my life to consider the romantic aspects of it and share. Um, when I arrived in France at 17, it was a major culture shock when I wasn't around primarily black spaces to realize that I am not the beauty standard. Listen, don't get me wrong, I know I'm beautiful, like slay, please. I self confidence in terms of my looks, like obviously everybody has their days, but I know I'm beautiful. Like I don't think I'm ugly. But realizing that you don't stand out in a crowd anymore, when that was the case back home, it was definitely new. It was definitely like, oh, okay, I have to get used to this. That's one. Two, I think there's also a difference. See, I'm gonna be very honest. I definitely believe that there's a difference in socialization between Black Anglophones and Black Francophones. That's just my personal observation because I've seen it manifest both in just general like behavioral aspects and also in terms of how they like move romantically speaking. I don't feel like sharing the details, but I'm just saying like it's been difficult finding gr- all I have so far in my arsenal of dating stories is just for my friends. It's just funny stories to tell. But when you're living them, they're not that funny. And it's been for several reasons. But I think what I really wanted to touch on was the fact that there is a gap. There's a gap in perspective in the dating world, generally speaking. Because right now, there's so much conversation around, oh, women are this, men are this, and there's literally no middle ground. Like, there's no sense of understanding anymore in the dating scene, the heterosexual dating scene, at least. And I feel like that comes with just not knowing what the other side is like. And I'll give you like an example to illustrate what I'm trying to say. So I spoke to three guys on three different occasions on Hinge. One of them said, "Oh my God, you're so funny. It's so rare to find girls that are funny." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it wasn't just one that even said it. In fact, it was I think it was two of them that said it. That like, "Oh my God, it's hard to find women that are funny." Men, like a lot of men, actually genuinely believe that women aren't funny because they've not encountered funny women. And I'm just like, what kind of environment are you dealing with women in that you can't like you can't bring out the funny in them? Or because all the women I know are funny. I don't know what you're talking about. Then another one was like, I've realized women don't take accountability for shit, so I had to start taking accountability in over the course of the last few years in my relationships. And I'm like, you're choosing, that's confirmation bias, in my opinion. Because now you've decided that women don't take accountability, and that's how you've decided to see women from now on. So at this point, nothing can help you because if I'm coming to you as a clear communicator, but you're coming with your preconceived notion of the fact that women don't take accountability and that women are bad communicators, I can't help you because you're just leaning into your confirmation bias. The last example I wanted to give was this guy that said, "Oh my God, you're so confident." And I'm like, "You say that like it's a bad thing." And he's like, "No, it's just like it's hard to find women that are confident." And then again, I was shocked because I'm like, what type of women are you meeting? Because all my girls are confident. Everybody has their days. I have my days. But all the women I know don't lack in confidence. So it's like, where is the mismatch in experiences coming from and perception? Because like the way we see men and the way men see us is so far from reality. Like I don't know if I'm making sense right now. And I think that's what the problem is. Everybody's leaning into concept like preconceived notions of how women are and how men are that they can't even actually I that's what I think. I feel like we're not seeing people for who they really are anymore because we're leaning more into what we believe men and women of today are. And we're just not giving people chances anymore. And just give people a chance. Bro, give people a chance. I don't know where this train of thought started and I don't know where it's ended. But what I'm sure trying to say last is that it's hard out here in these streets. And um I'm not saying I'm searching, but I'm not saying I'm not searching. Do with that information what you will. This has been Jessica, and I'm out.